Also today, one of the oldest buildings in Buffalo burned to the ground this morning, and firefighters are trying to figure out why this happened. A whole lot of firefighters were on Sycamore Street around 3 in the morning when the fire began at the 175-year-old building between Elm and Michigan Streets. And they were there for hours, literally, because of the size of the fire and the dangers of getting inside the building itself, which basically collapsed at one point and is a total loss tonight. 20 Side's Emily Lampa spent the day looking at all of the history that was lost in the fire.
68 Sycamore Street, now a pile of rubble, save for some of the brick exterior still standing. But out of these ashes, the hope that a new appreciation can be born for structures with significant history that go for years unnoticed and unattended.
It's just something that can never be replaced. So, it's a hard day for us.
Jesse Fisher is the executive director of Preservation Buffalo Niagara, which fought for the past year to save this building from demolition. This is the application approved this summer to designate the building and its neighbor, 72 Sycamore, local landmarks in the city of Buffalo. Fisher tells me they had just completed some of the preliminary paperwork to also have it listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
And so it really was a witness to a huge number of events in our country's history and our city's history. There were only 27 states, I learned today, when that building was built. So you can see, how much it has stood the test of time and how long it's been here.
Built circa 1843, it was one of the oldest pre-Civil War era structures still standing in downtown Buffalo. The city itself had been incorporated just 11 years earlier. The two-story home was built and lived in by a shoemaker and his family. It later became a saloon and a boarding house.
It was a rare piece of federal-style architecture in Buffalo.
At the corner of Sycamore and the Michigan Street corridor, the focus is now to preserve 72 Sycamore, which escaped the flames. And the owner, we're told, is still dedicated to that mission.
All the numbers and everything were based on 2 historic buildings, and so, more historic fabric, which generates more historic credits and all of those kinds of things. So we'll definitely have to take a look at it.
And Jesse Fisher tells me that the owner of that building, developer Rocco Termini, had plans to begin construction on 68 and 72 Sycamore this spring. Now, some of the ideas for the 2 buildings included making them a mix of living and commercial space for artists in the local African-American community. We're told that Termini plans to continue developing those ideas for 72 Sycamore. Emily Lampa, Channel 2 News.